Hey, what's up, everybody? Pat here, grateful recovering alcoholic and addict, just like every day. Guys, please don't forget to subscribe, leave the video a like, drop me a comment, and by all means, share it with anybody you think might get something out of it. Other than that, how we all doing today, guys? I'm actually posting this a little bit early. I have my second to last, or I gotta ask tonight. I have my Sublocade injection, my doctor's appointment today at 5:30 at BMC. And you know what, guys? Fortunately, I'm on the MyChart thing, and I got an email to do the e-check-in the other day, and I'm like, oh god, I hadn't thought about that. Like, I've been really busy, a lot of new stuff going on in my life. I'm really happy. I've been, going along, and I was able to notice the last time I wasn't paying attention to the fact that my appointment was coming up, and I almost missed it. I was actually in the middle of doing my video when I realized that I had to run out the door. So yesterday, when I noticed the email, I set myself an alarm because I know I noticed my patterns today, as I noticed I hadn't been really considering it. So I set myself alarms this afternoon, and I was over at my garage, and I realized that the alarm went off. I said, "Oh my God, geez, I'm so glad I did that. I completely forgotten that I had my doctor's appointment today." Guys, these are the things I get to do now because of working the principles. And I know it's a very small thing, but guys, I'm able to see where my head's at, where my focus is at, where I'm overlooking things. And I knew ahead of time, so you know what? It's not been in my train of thought. I know I'm going to overlook this, and I was able to set myself an alarm reminder. Now I'm here, cleaned up, doing my video, and I can mosey over, not be rushed, not driving like an idiot, not stressed out. I can take a ride over and get my appointment done and talk to them and find out what I'm scheduled for, what my exit strategy is, because I'm coming up on I think maybe one more injection, and then my year is fulfilled, and I want to talk to my doctors about getting off of it. I want to find out I haven't really done a lot of, I've just been going along, and yeah, it's that time. But guys, it's a beautiful thing. Like, I avoided the pitfall, and it's like the first time I've done that. It felt really good when the alarm went. I'm like, I'm so happy that I was able to recognize that I knew it wasn't where my mind was, and I was able to get in front of it, and I'm able to do that so many different ways. Like, guys, I was actually down in my garage and doing a job I was scheduled to do tomorrow because I had a full, 5-call day today. I got all of them done, including having to drive an hour to pick up parts in traffic this morning because one of the parts wasn't what we expected. I had 2 additional calls come in that I was able to get done on the spot, and still at before 2 o'clock, I was done with my work and gonna go tackle some of tomorrow's work. Like, that's amazing today, guys. This is not how my life would normally go. In active recovery, I would have gotten half of my day's work done, and I would have been out till 8, 9 o'clock at night, and half of that day would have been spent chasing drugs and being miserable, and I don't have to do that today, guys. Like, I get to put my experience or my attention where I want it to. I get to pick and choose what I do. I get to, stop at the bank and deposit a lot of checks. I get to be happy. I get to enjoy myself. I get to figure out who I am and start planning my life accordingly. I get to enjoy the Christmas season and look forward to celebrating Christmas. Like, guys, recovery isn't always simple. I mean, it's always simple. It's not always easy. Life can be difficult. Things come up. Sorry, I'm playing with the computer. But it's beautiful. Like, it's absolutely beautiful. Like, I am so grateful, so incredibly grateful for the things that are going on in my life today, and the fact that I'm noticing the patterns by paying attention and getting ahead of them. Like, it's one thing to notice something, but to actually have the wherewithal to do something about it ahead of time so you can steer yourself in the right direction. It's just a great feeling, guys. It's what the winners in recovery do, and today I get to hang with the winners and be looked at by other people that want to hang with the winners, and that's a beautiful thing, guys. It's not the category I used to find myself in. I love that today, guys, and that's the title of the reading today, Winners. I started to imitate some of the things the winners were doing. I got caught up in recovery, and I felt good. We often hear it said in meetings that we should stick with the winners. Well, who are the winners in recovery? Winners are easily identified. They work an active recovery program, living in the solution and staying out of the problem. Winners are always ready to reach out their hand to a newcomer. They have sponsors and work with these sponsors. Winners stay clean just for today. Winners are recovering addicts who keep a positive frame of mind. They may be going through troubled times, but they still attend meetings and they share openly about it. Winners know in their heart that with the help of a higher power, God, nothing will come along that is too much to handle. Winners strive for unity in their service efforts. Winners practice putting principles before personalities. Winners remember the principles and anonymity, doing the principled action no matter who is involved. Winners keep a sense of humor. Winners have the ability to laugh at themselves. And when winners laugh with you, when they laugh with you, not at you. Who are the winners in recovery? Well, any one of us can be a winner. All of us exhibit some of the traits of the winner. Sometimes we can come close to the ideal. Sometimes we don't. If we are clean today and we are working a program to the best of our ability, then we are one of the winners in recovery. And then the affirmation is, just for today, I will strive to fulfill my ideals. I will be a winner. And guys, I love that, man. I love the way that other people look at me today. Again, this is about myself, my higher power, and building my life. But guys, we have a community for a reason, and it's nice to be respected in that community. It's nice that I get waved over by police officers today, and they say, "Hey, I've heard through so and so you're doing this, you're doing that. We're proud of you. You look great. So happy you got away from that, company you're working for." Like, I just get compliments. I go to the nurse, my OBAC clinic that I'm heading to get my Sublocade injection. Every time I walk in, they know me by first name, and they're like, "Oh, we're always so happy because it's always so easy with you. There's never drama. There's never excuses. My urines, guys, I've never given them a dirty urine. Like, that's amazing to me today. As a matter of fact, in early recovery, the first urine that I gave him coming out of rehab, I noticed what I thought was a dirty reading, and I actually, for once in my life, I'm like, "Hey, whoa." So I asked them about that. They're like, no, that was considered minute traces. We don't even consider that a dirty reading. I'm like, and I told them exactly. I'm like, I literally, the last time I used any drugs was December 13th of last year. And they're like, "Yeah, no, you're clean. It was like a micro something. I don't remember the exact situation, but like at that point, I'm like, whoa, wait a minute, this is dirty. I want to know why." And every urine since then has been clean, and that's beautiful, guys. Every time I work with my therapist and my recovery coach, they say the same thing. Like, it's like, we're not here to serve you. We're here to just watch you shine, and we enjoy being part of your eyes. Like, it's beautiful, and I'm not tooting my own horn, other than to show that this is the way. Like, and just like that reading said, every single person, every one of us, every one of you, every one of me, every one of us can be a winner in recovery. It comes down to, it's not about the situations that you find yourself in. It's how you react to those situations. It's how you participate in a meeting. It's whether or not you let go of grudges and you stop falsely or even positively stereotyping, or truly, I guess what I'm trying to say. You let go of other people's. You don't take other people's inventories. Like, you're just there to be a part of the group and to share along somebody winning, and to lift up somebody that's struggling, like, regardless of what prior history you may have had. You may or may not have known them. And it's something I found myself, for me, it gets easier and easier as I go, because I apply these things daily in my life. I say so often these days that the most beautiful thing that has come out of this YouTube channel is the amount of growth and expansion it's brought into my life, guys. I didn't know why it was so important for me to do this channel. I just knew that it was. And again, that was how a lot of my early recovery went. I would pray, and I still continue to pray. I will always say, guys, prayer is the most powerful tool we have in our toolbox for any of so many different reasons. And it certainly is what has made the difference in my life today, 100%. I know that for a fact. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And there I go off on a tangent, I lose my point. Anyway, guys, yeah, so if you work a recovery program to the best of your ability, right, when you do repeatedly, like, you start to notice the patterns, and then you're able to correct it, guys. All our truths are things that we do over and over again, and the things that we believe, and those are subject to change with experience and with added knowledge. Like, we can become the best version of ourselves we can all become one of the winners. And part of it in the early stages is letting go of the ego, because it can be really difficult, and you want to get defensive when you're. And again, it's not about somebody else telling you, but when you're trying to honestly take your inventory. And these are the important steps in the beginning, guys, because we got to identify the defects. We got to identify the patterns that the triggers, all these different things say. I used to laugh at it because I'm like, it's stupid, right? But then I started doing it, and it started working, and it's worked incredibly well, and it continues to. And for once in my life, like, I finally bought in and learned the value of follow through, like I say so many times. Because in the past, guys, I would accept any structured environment that would get me to the end goal, which was just either a little bit of stability, a little bit of health, or the ability to go out and get a roof over my head, or the ability to go out and get a job. Only this time around, I said, no, that's not enough, because every time I get those things, I just piss them away, because I don't have any further. I haven't extended my recovery program. I haven't really worked. I hadn't, prior to this, worked a real recovery program. So fortunately, I made myself that promise this time, and again, it's only because, guys, I promised myself these things a billion times. I've done all these same actions that I've done this time a million times. The difference for me this time was the first thing they tell you is find the belief in a higher power. Doesn't they're not going to tell you what you have to call your higher power. And even in the beginning days, you'll hear that corny shit. Oh, you can call it a ham sandwich. And you know what, guys? If that's what it takes to get you in the door, then whatever it takes is fine. But let me make this abundantly clear. Get clear on your higher power. Make sure it is a kind and loving God, something that you believe and feel aligned in. And guys, the proof is everywhere. And that's the thing, guys. In the past, it's so funny to me now, because again, the clarity and things that I've learned by actually looking honestly at my situation, my patterns, my thoughts, my actions, the way I'd speak. I used to consider myself an atheist, and yet I was terrified of prayer, because a couple times I did it, I got a direct result, but it wasn't the one that I wanted, and I wasn't able to cheat and steal. Like, I knew in my heart that if I prayed, it was going to make a difference in my life. And if I was still doing shitty things, I wouldn't dare do it, because I knew I wasn't going to like the result. So what I'm saying is, I understood that if I prayed, I got a result, and the right thing would happen. Well, if that isn't faith, I don't know what is. Like, literally. And I'd run around and call myself, oh, I'm a scientist, I'm an atheist. Guys, science is proving all these things. Like, in so many different ways. Like, look at shit honestly. Look at yourself honestly. And become aligned with your higher power. I say that not because as an evangelist. I say that because it's what works. It's what makes the difference, guys. It gives you power greater than yourself. Like, literally, look at the words, word for word. It is a power greater than yourself to do the things that I've done in my life to achieve the the blessings and the opportunities, and overcome the deficits that I've done in this just over 11 months. Required miracles, many of them. I continue to experience miracles in my life. Like, literally, guys, I know for a fact I am aligned with my higher power. I'm not perfect. I'm not doing anything great, to 100% perfection. But my higher power sees, and I'm doing everything to the best of my ability. I'm trying to be the most faithful, obedient, loving, son of God that I can be. I'm trying to make a difference and take a dent and take the fight to addiction. I'm trying to help other people in my life. And then I'm showing that I believe in myself, and I'm using my God-given talents honestly for the better of the community, for the better, and obviously for the better of myself, because I got to show them I love me and put my needs first. And because I've done those things, guys, God has been rewarding me. And if you've been with the channel for 11 months, there's not a person on this planet that will deny it. Like, it's literally shocking what I've managed to put together. And again, through God, right? All these things, I took basically more or less the same actions, physical actions, that I've always done. Get up, go to work, go to the gym in the beginning. Yet I've tweaked them. I've done them in faith. I've said, okay, God, this is what I feel you want me to do. If I'm wrong, please let me know in meditation. That's the other thing, guys. Find the beauty of meditation. I know in the beginning, and it certainly was for me, it is so hard to quiet our racing mind. But understand something, guys. your racing mind is there because you haven't learned to quiet it through God, and it's important. And again, it's about levels of recovery. It's about levels of success. If you're happy with where you're at, then I'm not telling you have to go out and change the world if that's not what you want to do. If you're staying clean, you're working your program to the best of the ability, or at least as far as you're willing to go, and you're happy with your results, then keep doing it. And I applaud you for getting where you are, and please keep going. You're doing awesome. Like, for real. I mean that from my heart. But if you want to see the best version of you and you want to see the best life that you can live, then show God you want that. Show Him you love Him. Show Him that you are grateful for the opportunities, for the blessings that you have in your life. Help others around you. Become a better person. Start standing out in every room. Like, if you walk into a room and there's 9 people pissing and moaning about something legit, be the one person to take the other side of it and say, well, you know what, whatever, at least there's a roof over our head. At least we're not outside freezing. There is always a positive in everything, guys. There is something to be grateful for about in every single situation, regardless. Guys, I'm today grateful for the time that I spent in the streets. I'm grateful for the times I've been thrown in prison. Grateful, for everything, guys, because it's brought me to where I am today. I wouldn't change any of it, because if I did, I wouldn't be where I am today, and I don't think I ever would have made the strides that I'm making now if I had done them right for the last 30 years. But even after all my deficits and all my mistakes and all my crooked behavior and all the shit that I did and all my sin, and as soon as I asked God into my heart, invited Jesus Christ into my life, and then started acting like I had done so, it's just amazing, guys. I've said it so many times, I've absolutely cracked a code. I am on an unstoppable run so long as I don't take my will back and run amok with it. If I continue to turn it over to God, to seek knowledge of God's will for me and the power to carry it out, and then go out and act accordingly, I know, I'm not saying I believe, I know things are going to continue to get better. Those dreams that God placed in my heart are going to come into fruition one after the other, not only for myself, but so that I can show others that it's possible. Guys, if I can do it, you can do it. I promise you that. Yes, I have certain strengths and certain weaknesses, but I've also got a 30-year history of the most insane, record and legal shit that I put in front of myself, and it doesn't affect me in the slightest way. Within the next 5 years, I'll be able to go get my record expunged, and I'll go get a license to carry. Guys, if you saw what my record looks like and saw that I believe I'll have a license to carry a firearm, and I will. And in Massachusetts, a state that doesn't give them out. But I know I will, because it's a desire I have in my heart, and I'm willing to do the work that it takes to get me there. So I will have it. And God wouldn't have me have that desire. I wouldn't have the knowledge to build my own guns if it wasn't a God-given skill and a God-given talent. It's a beautiful thing, guys. I'm starting to just spit out excuses. I'm going to call it that. I'm going to get myself ready and head off to my doctor's appointment, go get my medicine, my backup program, even though I know I don't need it. But again, it's not hurting me, and it certainly has helped me when it needed to be helped. So I continue doing so to show God I appreciate everything He's given me, everything He's doing for me, and everything He's doing through me. Guys, that's the video for today. Thank you so much for being here. Always remember, God loves you. I love you. We'll see you in the next one.